Yeah. Oh, I just said to Reg, we're getting ready to work this evening a little bit in the shade garden, but I said, oh my gosh, here come the geese. They're so peaceful to watch. I tell you, I'm so fortunate. But what we are doing tonight, um, our fern garden is starting to show heat stress. Um,
You know
and
why?
because it's been
Because
hot.
it's
It's
hotter
hot.
than a stolen tamale.
Where did you hear that? I've never heard that.
It's so hot
How hot is it?
that the devil is even sweating.
Reggie's
It's
Reggie's
so hot.
Reggie's on fire tonight.
It's so hot that I may have to take off clothes that I should probably keep on.
Anyhow, I'm working in the shade garden, although this is what I wanted to show you, and we're going to walk over here. I started this morning like at 8:30, and it was just
It's
too
hotter than Georgia asphalt.
hot. Get over here. Anyhow, you can see that some of the ferns that are in more shade than this one little pocket from the Zephyr and Druin over to my really large hosta, whose name I've forgotten, but I'll put it on the screen. You can see that the tips are burning out. I mean, and I can't stand looking at them, so I started cutting them back this morning. Because when I do, they're ugly. Number one, they need to be cut back. But I do have some nice hostas, some painted ferns, and it's going to really improve this look of getting all this dead. This usually happens in August, but as we all know, our temperatures are climbing. It's a little different, and things are a little hotter. And this beautiful hosta, just love this hosta, has finished blooming. I'm going to cut out the blooms. I want this to look neat and tidy. And I said to Reg, let's get a picture of the before, because I'm going to be cutting out anything that has these dead tips in my Jacob's ladder. I'm going to cut that out back behind the fern. And I'll be cutting out the area here till it gets just halfway into this bed, because then it's all still nice and green. And let's go this way too. I want to show them, because I want them to see the before, and then we'll come back to the after. But I'm also, this fern border is still nice and green. It just gets this amount of sun at 6:30 to 7:30. But everything under the eastern red bud's going to be taken out, and it should look nice and neat and tidy. The other thing I've done this week, because I'm trying to get one job done a day without overdoing it, because it is hot, is the compost pile. I have been really on top of things once a month, turning my compost pile. And just by the way, for any new watchers, I am Teresa, gardening on the West Fork. That was the West Fork River with the beautiful geese going down. And I'm in zone 6B. And it's a small backyard garden, you can see, but I do have a wonderful compost pile, which I use for my fertilization of all my plants. So I have been diligent every month to turn my compost pile, because it's a one that I can take care of. It's not like Martha Stewart's, if you've ever watched Martha Stewart living. Hers is piled high with huge equipment. But anyhow, I did get my compost pile stirred, and I'll show you that, and then we'll show you the after.
So what I did, I took the shredded paper, put it on top of the pile, get ready to turn the whole pile. And before I started it, I emptied out my compost starter, which was probably a cup and a half, and I need more. But I started at this point, once I got the compost starter on, then I'm going to turn the whole pile. I did decide to move the pile, and at this point I'm finding worms everywhere. Reggie and I both are like, oh my goodness, the more worms we've ever seen in our compost. So I continue to take the pile that was once on the left-hand side of the compost area, putting it to the right side, and look at that soil, how rich it looks and dark. It still will be decomposing as the summer goes along. The last picture I'm showing you are the worms, and there were a lot more, but they dug themselves into the soil, so I'm real pleased.
So we're back here, and this is what I'm going to be doing. You know, when I'm back in here, I forgot I had these pretty hostas that will show up once these dead leaves of the ferns are gone. You just have to jump in and do this stuff, because then it'll be so nice.
Well, I'm going to play the devil's advocate. Some people might just leave those.
Well, I mean, look at that. I mean, it's really, if I keep them long enough, everything's going to start looking really ratty. And some people might, and that's fine. I just don't like it because now, look right here. Look how fresh. I'll take that. This hosta looks. And back in here, there's some nice green come in here. And look how much nicer my big hosta is going to look once these ugly things are taken away from it. Yes, it's showing some heat stress.
You know why?
No,
it's so
I'm not
hot.
going there. I'm not going there.
I'm going to do one more.
What is it?
It's so hot. The ice cream trucks melt.
You know, and I'm going to go in and be selective with some of these big leaves so that it'll be prettier. There's some younger leaves in there just to make me happy. Yeah. But look how much nicer already. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. This is going to be gorgeous. I should time myself because it won't take long. Okay. So like I said, I'm going to work my way back. Yeah, I mean, this is life-changing for me. All right, so give me 15 minutes and this will be nicer. I'll see you in a minute. So this is the after. Everyone's going crazy from the heat. They're chasing their tails and laying in the dirt.
Because it's hotter than HE
but look how,
double hockey sticks.
Look at this. This is a big change. It looks really fresh. Yes, I'm leaving these ferns up because they're still green, and I know it looks out of maybe balance, but I'm not going to cut these because I love walking through this pathway in the mornings, but I couldn't stand all the black and dead here. So anyhow, I think it's fresh. It's making me happy. I had a little bit of bag of mulch, and I came down here and threw it in here, freshen up that pathway now that you can see in there. Yeah, just to clean it up. Just a little tiny back towards the rows. Yeah. So anyhow, that, I don't know how long it took. Plus, I like, you can see the begonias next to the Steed Holly now. Transition, you know. This is, Jim and I were talking this morning about being in a 6B and seeing, this is our first season in over 50 years that we've ever seen weather like this. But we get to rethink new plants. Things that can take more heat, things that can bloom in the heat. And there's a lot of them out there, people. I just haven't had to look at them until this year. So it's fun. I love gardening. It's always challenging. And I tell you, I'm going to have to get a shower. So thanks for watching Gardening on the West Fork. Give me your opinion on how fresh that looks or how much you think I was crazy for cutting the dead out. But there's probably not a gardener out there who would want to see those black old stems. They're on the compost pile right now. So thanks for watching. We'll see you the next time.